Everything you buy is performative now, even the stuff that's supposed to be meaningful. Hannah Horvath, who is one of my favorite creators in this like financial psychology space, just wrote a really awesome newsletter about how Gen Z spending isn't really about products anymore. It's more about identity, right? You see this with like Stanley Cups. You're not buying a Stanley Cup because you need a water bottle. You're buying it because it signals something about who you are. Same with Labubu or like those star pimple patches. Like most things that you see Gen Z's buying. At first, we knew we were doing it. It was obvious. It was aesthetic purchases for aesthetic identities. But then it really started spreading into everything, where even reading became performative, which is a thing that was supposed to be educational and enriching and pure. Now it's just book stacks arranged for an Instagram feed. Because when the only power you have is your purchasing power, even hobbies become purchases. So I ask, are we cooked? Is there any escape from this constant performance? And actually, I don't think we're cooked. I think we just need to get real about what we're buying. Identity spending isn't inherently bad. Humans need community. We need belonging. And yes, sometimes you signal that through what you buy. And that's not like just a Gen Z thing. That's a human thing, honestly. But the problem isn't that you bought the Stanley Cup. The problem is not knowing why you bought it. Not being aware that you're buying identity, not utility. And when you're not aware, you can't set boundaries. So when it comes to identity spending, what you need is three things. Awareness. You need to know what you're really purchasing. Are you buying the book for the aesthetic or for being well read? Permission, because it's okay to spend on identity. Just be honest that that's what you're doing. And boundaries. Not everything can be identity spending. You need some anchor to reality and utility. When everybody is signaling, nobody is actually communicating anything or making progress towards their goals. And I keep harping on the book thing because I saw an article on, I think it was CNBC, about performative book reading. And that's what made me want to do this video. Because I've been reading my entire life, like actually reading for the accumulation of knowledge, not for staging books for content. And now I hope it doesn't look performative, because everything looks performative, but I know why I'm doing it. And that understanding has given me permission to indulge in buying more books without guilt, because I know it's aligned with my values, not just like the performance of having values and being able to say you read a book on Twitter or something. So shout out to Hannah Horvath. I'll put a link to her newsletter in the caption. And if you want to figure out your actual values before you build a financial plan around them, that's literally what we built Suit for. So hit the link in my bio.